Hello everybody, welcome to Sierra Saturdays with Quest for Glory 1, the old school EGA version, not the newfangled VGA version that's just, no, we're going old school on this one. Because why not? If you're gonna do CR games, go old school. So we can be a fighter, a magic user, or a thief. I usually go with thieves because thieves are just kind of cool and have some of the more unusual, solutions and such. So we'll go with a thief. We will name him Ollamh. Now we have 50 points to do, so we're gonna go ahead and put 15 into we're gonna increase our throwing. You know what? We're gonna have weapons use down to 20, I think. And, we're gonna bump our... Actually, we're gonna bump our strength up to 15 and our agility up to 30. Because, I mean, you know, the stealth and the stealth and throwing and stuff you can build up. Some of the other stuff you really can't build up as much and as easily. So, yes, we're gonna go with Ollamh. So, here we are! This should look familiar, particularly if you have watched my Geek Trivia. I did a Geek Trivia on this series. This seems like a quiet little town. On the porch ahead of you are two people. The standing one is large, rather ugly, and playing with a yo-yo. The seated person, smoking a pipe, looks like he might be the sheriff. The man with the pipe greets you. Welcome to our town. You're lucky to have made it down from the mountains before the snow blocked the pass again. It's gotten pretty dangerous outside of town, I understand. Many monsters have been trapped around here with the late snow. Between them and the brigands, we can certainly use a hero around here. What a coincidence. I'm Sheriff Schultz Meisterson. This is Otto von Goon, my assistant. What do you call yourself? And we have one more chance to change our name. We're gonna stick with... Actually, we're gonna be known as Ollamh the Geeky. Good luck with your quest, Ollamh the Geeky. Ask about town. Just walk around and find out for yourself. Ask about... castle? Baron Stefan keeps mostly to himself at his castle north of here. We haven't seen him in here for years. Ask about Gil. You think I'm going to tell you about everything I know? Everything I know about everything? Go look around and find out things for yourself. Ask about snow. Ask about... we're really kind of trying to fill, monsters. The monsters come down from the mountains every winter, but they're usually gone by now. The Baron just doesn't have enough men to handle them. Wolfgang is the one to talk about the monsters. He's had a lot of experience with them. Okay, so, and actually we're going to sneak... Because even though this is, like, ridiculously, you know, kind of ridiculous to be sneaking around everywhere, it's actually, you're going to gain sneaking ability, because, no, what is, oh, there it is, okay. So, yeah, see, our stealth is currently at 15, but if we go to the Adventurers Guild Hall, it reminds you of the one at your hometown, the traditional moose head and other stuffed monsters, the Saurus, Troll, Griffin, Dragon, Cheetar, and the terrible Antwerp adorn the walls. You see the registration book on the desk and the bulletin board full of job listings. The man seated by the fire must be the guild master. He is snoring. Okay, so, sign book. You sign your name into the adventurer's logbook with a flourish. Read book. I, Ollamh the Geeky, have come to Spielberg to become a hero. Turn page. Ah, yes, the previous one. Bernard von Spielberg killed a troll near the Flying Falls on this 23rd day of October. You see various accounts. Wolfgang, Baron Stefan von Spielberg appear the most. Okay, read board. So let's see here. Return of Lost Ring. Inquire at the healers. Let's see here. Reward of 50 gold coins for the safe return of Elsa von Spielberg. Inquire at Spielberg Castle Gates. Reward of 30 gold for the capture or death of the brigand warlock. Description: short, ugly, and wears brightly colored robes. Has a habit of laughing continuously. Inquire at Spielberg Castle Gates. Wanted brigand leader. Description: unknown appearances. Wears a cloak. Must provide proof of leader's identity. Reward of 60 gold coins and title of Hero of the Realm. Inquire at Spielberg Castle Gates. Notice spell components needed. Cash or trade for potions. Inquire at the healers. Reward of 50 gold coins for information leading to the return of Baronet Bernard von Spielberg. Inquire at Spielberg Castle Gates. So apparently we have to go to the Castle Gates. Talk to man. I was so busy I didn't know she'd come in. Welcome, welcome. It is so seldom that we have new adventures here. Most people think this valley is cursed, and it very likely may be. Oh, my young friend, what shall we talk about? So many stories. Ask about Dragonhead. I can see some of the types of monsters that live around here if you look at our walls. Ask about Troll. Ask about monsters. Okay, so you really aren't that helpful, and you fall asleep fast. Either that or it's because I have the speed cranked up so much. Let's see here. See, our intelligence is up. The smell, you can smell apples as you approach the corner. A pretty young centaur looks at you and says, "Good day and welcome to Spielberg. Do you wish to buy some nice fresh fruits and vegetables?" Ask about fruit. There are still some apples left from last year's season in the barrel. You may buy 10 for a silver since they're so small. We will have some fresh cherries in a couple of months. Ask about vegetables. We have many kinds of fresh vegetables for sale today. There are lettuce, carrots, potatoes, and turnips right from the ground for $5 for a silver. They're very good for you. Look at Centaur. The centaur in charge of the farmer's mart is a very lovely and shy-looking young centaur. Ask on date. You get no response. Ask about date. Thank you, but my father thinks I'm too young. He would not permit it. Perhaps next year. Perhaps. Look at wares. At shelves. On the counter and on the shelves are an assortment of canned goods, honey jars, sewing items, and odds and ends that people in a small town would need. Oh, sorry, I didn't notice you come in. My, you look like an adventurer. We don't see too many around here. The brigands tend to get rid of most adventurers before they make it to town. You may be in luck. I carry a modest amount of adventurer's equipment behind the counter. Would you like to make a purchase? Ask about equipment. Unfortunately, I only have standard weapons and equipment. I carry daggers and chain armor. Maybe someday I'll be able to carry magical ones, though. I can also sell you food or empty flasks for carrying liquids or powders. Ask about flasks. It's a very good idea to carry an empty flask or two, in case you want to pick up liquids or something else that needs a container. Our flasks are a great bargain at 2 silvers each. Let's see here. So I have leather armor. Ask about armor. Armor. There we go. You can get really good protection from my chainmail armor. It is very heavy though, and I would have to charge you 500 silvers for it. That's rather expensive. Ask about the book. This book? Oh, this book. It's about a adventurer who is trying to become a hero. The title is Quest for Glory, A Hero's Death. I do not like that title. I do not like it. No, sir. Okay, what do I have as far as money? I have 4 gold and silver and 10 silver. Okay. Now here's one of the things that... Homes for the poor. Give him a gold coin. Thanks. You know, it's really tough trying to make a living begging in this town since the brigands started scaring away all the trade. All the trade away. This used to be such a nice place to live. My advice to you is to not take up begging. It just doesn't pay. And don't go out at night. A word of warning to you. Don't drink the dragon's breath. Okay, so we should probably save. There we go. The grimy window lets little light into the tavern. It smells like stale ale and other more unpleasant things. The floor is covered with dirt and the bar with sticky beer. Smoke appears to be rising from the center cask behind the bar. To your right, 2 gamblers are playing cards. The bartender glares at you as you enter. So does the ugly goon to the left. You get the impression that you are not welcome. And there's a little bit of paper. You pick up the note. You smooth out the piece of paper and read. B. He's starting to act suspicious. Better save this drop for emergencies. B. Well, that's informative? Time. So you have to, what time is it? It's midday on day 1. Okay, so we can get equipment. How many daggers do I have? I have only 1 dagger. We should probably actually ask about daggers. Oh, sorry, I didn't know she'd come in. Well, my adventure friend, what would you like to purchase this time? Ah! The use of the dagger is a most skillful art. Actually, this particular weapon is longer than most, but still easily concealable. A bargain at 20 silvers. I'll get a spare dagger. Okay, so now I have 2 daggers. Now, obviously, we really need to work on increasing our skills and everything. But that is going to have to wait until later on today because we are all out of time for this first episode. But we're into the game and we are progressing. As always, thank you very much for watching. And stay tuned for more from Ollamh Productions. If you want to see some crazy, cheerio! You should meet me and my friends. Even though we got no money, for sure it's all funny. Are you? Did she just shoot at my crotch? I think she's shooting at my crotch. That is not okay, lady.
Understanding of the balance between the elements to destroy or capture the elementals, our hero saves the city of Shapir before traveling to Razir